Welcome back to the Soundation. This is Swaythoven, and this is like just I think information that people pay for when it comes to mixing. I'm going to give it to you right now, and I'm going to make it like real easy to understand. Okay, I have two sounds. I have an analog synth piano sound, and I have a regular piano sound. Now the thing is that those are only two sounds in the whole track. All right, I still have a hi hat. I have like a pad. I have like some other noises that are there. Okay, I'm gonna put some more noises, right? But I want to hear how this analog synth piano and the piano sounds in comparison and in contrast, but more so in like just together, opposed from the rest of the track. All right. So like let's mix those two noises first. All right. And what I have here is I have them in some instrument tracks, and then I already have them routed to another instrument track which has a multi-band compressor, because that's how we're going to get that sound that we want. You can use saturation, you can use a lot of things, but ultimately what you're going to want to do is isolate target frequencies. All right, but we're going to get to that in a second. This is how it's going to sound without any of the plugins, without an EQ on the piano, but we're going to keep like the reverb because that's fine. All right. Now, I feel like what we're gonna hear next might not have an audible difference in like the speakers to what you guys hear, but there is gonna be a difference. So like, just trust me. All right, I wouldn't be uploading this if it didn't. Okay, so like I said, these two are routed only to instrument 6, and this instrument track 6 is routed to the master. All right, this instrument track 6 also has a multi-band compressor. All right, these two are not routed to each other, they're routed to a completely different instrument track 6. You can make an instrument track 7, all right, as long as they're routed to the same one, because that's what mixes them together. All right, now the multi-band compressor. This is what it sounds like without it. One more time. Now let's turn the equalizer on and the multi-band compressor on. Sorry for the crackling. Like I said, it might be hard to hear the difference, okay? But in another video where I've explained multi-band compressing, you're gonna understand like why there's going to be multi-band compressing. All right, and what we wanted to get out of this was get more of that analog sound out of the melody more than the piano melody. And I would and I think, all right, from what I'm hearing, that they both have a lot of sound within this frequency. All right, a lot of noises have a lot of sound within like the mid-range, I believe, when dealing with like melody or what you want the people to hear. Okay, so I boosted it. All right, but that's like the end of the mix of what I boosted for the bell to come out. So before it gets to that point where we multi-band compressed both of them, where we were mixing both of them, I went back to the piano. All right, and I went back to around the same frequency, and I turned some of the lower frequency down. Right, so notice how it's in between 100 and about like maybe 600. Okay, with the piano equalizer, because I turned the lower frequencies down, so I can then later on in the mix turn it up. That might sound absolutely stupid, all right, but we're not unequalizing the piano. We're just bringing the sound out, making it louder. So it's just like if I were to turn the piano down even lower, it's like the lowerness will come even higher, because all the compressor does is just make things like softer or higher. It's not like cutting into like what is cutting into noise somewhat, right? But hopefully that like makes sense. All right, because hopefully just for like a further example, maybe there's some higher noises that we can like hear in this. I mean, it's just crackling a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I apologize, but let's raise this up. Close this and see what happens. I think I hear a little something, but there's not really any frequencies down there. So like, let's move this band down a little bit. Where there are going to be frequencies is because we've seen frequencies, waveforms appearing down there. Let's see if we hear a difference. believe there's a difference. I think I hear a difference. And what I'm hearing is it is louder. And it just and you might be like, well, hey, just because it's louder doesn't mean this, that, and the third. But it's gonna be a lot of crackling what we're gonna hear. But I really just need to make sure you guys understand this. We can solo it, and we can hear what's getting louder. We can compress it, and we can make it louder. And I'm gonna turn down the key. So I went into the keys on classic equalizer, and I turned down the lower frequencies even lower. All right, so they're gonna turn down even lower when it hits the multiband. I'm gonna turn them up. You hear? Now you hear it, right? Just because I turned it up in the multiband, as I was explaining earlier, it doesn't mean that it's gonna just turn the piano back up louder. All right. So I apologize for all the crackling. My CPU can only take so much, but just incorporate this when you're mixing. It's totally free information. Right? You don't gotta pay for it, okay? Because there's a lot more stuff to do in music, okay?